Cameroon Renaissance Movement, CRM, planned to stage a series of unauthorized public demonstrations called White Marches throughout the national territory, including the 10 regional chief towns, as well as in some foreign countries around the world. Through these demonstrations, the CRM intended, as usual, to push our compatriots at home and abroad to defy the Republican order with slogans of rebellion and insurgency against legal and legitimate institutions. The announced date for the launch of these demonstrations was set for Saturday, January 26, 2019. It should be noted that all over the national territory, Cameroonians went about their business throughout the day in all serenity. Nevertheless, some attempts to disrupt public order and defy Republican institutions were recorded in the towns of Mbouda, Bafoussam, Yaoundé, and DOUALA. After making a fair judgment of the situation, the administrative authorities took the necessary security measures to preserve public order and bring the sponsors back into compliance with the laws and regulations of the Republic. In Yaoundé, Bafoussam, and Mbouda, several individuals caught in flagrante delicto, disrupting public order and perpetrating various assaults, were arrested and placed in custody. 62 in Yaoundé, 42 in Bafoussam, and 13 in Mbouda. In DOUALA, the forces of law and order were positioned at certain key points of the town. Some participants in this illegal march organized themselves in a particularly aggressive manner and took upon themselves to face and challenge the security forces in the executions of their traditional missions of preserving public order. Showcasing restraint and professionalism, the forces of law and order went on to issue formal warnings that were unfortunately not followed by the demonstrations. This led to a few clashes during which the security elements made use of regulatory logistics. It should be made clear, on the basis of facts of absolute truth, that no live ammunition was fired. 7 people were arrested and brought back to the headquarters of the CRM at New Daido in DOUALA 1 subdivision. In addition, 6 persons were slightly injured, including 2 well-known activists. Abroad, 100 of CRM militants attacked Cameroon's embassy in Paris, France. After scaling the fence of the building hosting the embassy, they broke into the offices and ransacked everything on their way, causing huge damages. As we speak, these individuals have been taken out of the premises by the French forces of law and order. The government strongly condemns these unacceptable maneuvers to destabilize Cameroon under the false pretext of an alleged electoral hold-up. Let us recall that Cameroon is and remains a rule of law, where the devolution of power is done through the ballot box and not through violence or street demonstrations. The government therefore warns those who persist in making ungrounded claims which barely conceal their dark intentions and reminds them that they shall be held accountable for the consequences of the exactions committed and liable to the sanctions provided for by the law. The government avails itself of this opportunity to appeal to the sense of responsibility, patriotism, and civic spirit of the populations, our fellow citizens of the diaspora, and especially youth, not to yield to manipulations by political leaders of bad faith who are blinded by intemperate and reckless ambitions. At a time when Cameroon is resolutely moving towards its emergence, everything must and will be done to preserve peace and stability. Thank you for your kind attention.
And the comments which have just been made by myself. The CRM political party and its leadership have been very notorious in the disruption of public order since presidential elections were held in Cameroon. We can no longer tolerate those who undermine the laws of the Republic. As I said earlier, the activities of all political parties are governed by laws which must be respected scrupulously. If you read, these are the documents which were distributed in Douala today by the MRC leader and their sympathizers. They went around recruiting young Cameroonians, paying them 5, 10, 20,000 to go and distribute these illegal documents. And what is very conspicuous here, they are talking about no to the electoral hold-up, yes to the recount of the ballots. Today we are the 26th of January 2019. How can we be talking about the counting process after the elections, 4 months after the results were officially proclaimed by the Constitutional Council? I think that this is not serious, and we have to denounce this attitude. The Minister of Communication earlier told us that, which is true, that he has a hidden agenda to destabilize Cameroon. We will not give him the opportunity. The MRC, the CRM political party held illegal rallies today in Yaoundé, Bafoussam, Bunda and Yaoundé. The Cameroon embassy in Paris was targeted and vandalized by CRM militants. May I make this very, very clear? The CRM political party and their leaders should not take the leniency of the government as a sign of weakness. That will be a very big mistake. As from now henceforth, they will test the bitterness of our laws, which will be applied scrupulously. As I said earlier, political parties carry out their activities within the framework of laid down principles which must be respected. It is clear that political parties cannot hold their rallies without clearance from local administrative authorities. Any political leader who does the contrary will face the consequences of the law. And the consequences are this can lead to temporary suspension of the activities of the political party or a total ban of the political party. As for now, I wish to confirm what the Minister of Communication earlier said, that the forces of law and order have been very professional in containing the public disturbances resulting from the illegal rally staged by the CRM political party. The forces of law and order did not use any firearms to maintain peace and order. in Douala today. Any contrary information is fake news, which should not be granted any credibility. The Minister of Communication either gave you the statistics of those who have been held in custody. They will remain in custody and will face the charges when the time will come. As a final remark, you can realize that Cameroonians were going about their businesses today and they paid little or no attention to the illegal doctrine of the CRM political party. And as I said earlier, as from now henceforth, the law shall be applied, break time is over, and justice will take its course. The political parties should respect the contract they signed with the Minister of Territorial Administration, because they have to work within the framework of the laws of the Republic. And President Paul Biya has consistently insisted that we must take into account that national unity, peace, and living together are important values that we must preserve in Cameroon. So I think that all the other political parties should take in mind that as from now henceforth, the laws of the land shall be respected scrupulously, and no public disruption shall be tolerated. Thank you for your attention.